Get out of your head. That's a horrible place to take your orders. Am I preaching or am I preaching? Every meditation, every loop that starts with self ends in one of two places. And I want you to look for this in your life this week. It's either going to end in scarcity or shame. Every sermon that you preach to yourself, and you are always preaching to yourself. In fact, Martin Lloyd-Jones said that our problem is we spend too much time listening to ourselves and not enough time preaching to ourselves. Isn't that what David's Psalms have shown us? Where he would say to his soul, it's time to go to school. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. He's preaching to himself, and so are you. But when you preach to yourself from yourself, your sermon will always lead to scarcity. Brene Brown says that the number one meditation of many of our hearts is not enough. She says we apply it to time, we apply it to money, we apply it to our talent. And the sermon that plays in our mind, if we would ever stop and listen to it, it starts every morning, not enough. How much sleep did you get last night? How much money do you make on that job? Graham asked me the other day, Dad, is $56,000 a year a lot of money? I said, it is till you make it. That might be the devil's favorite sermon. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. He preached it to the disciples because they looked at 5,000 men and women and children, and Jesus said, feed them. And they said, well, we don't have a whole lot. And we don't have a whole lot. We have 5 loaves and 2 fish, but that's not enough, because they were starting with themselves, but they were standing next to the source. I wonder how different the story would be if you would ask the source instead of asking yourself. Check the source. He's more than enough. Somebody shout, he's more. He's more. Y'all don't ever shout in the back of the room when I start hollering like this. I know y'all don't like it when I holler, but this is not a silent sermon. This is a loud sermon. Somebody shout, he's more. More than enough. Every need, every deficiency, all my failures. His blood is enough. His grace is enough. His word is enough. The law of the Lord is pure, reviving the soul. But if I start with myself, I end with scarcity. It's a loop, because I start down here. And so by the time I've looped around through my day, I end my day feeling depleted. I wonder if you got a new loop. I wonder if you got a new loop and started with the source instead of starting with yourself. I wonder how the cycle would change if you started with your source. I know it's basic, but didn't David start with the heavens and then move toward his heart? The skies declare the glory of God. They show forth his power day after day, and night after night, and day after day, and night after night. And all I've got to do to stay in step with God is keep the beat of heaven happening inside my heart. Because there's always enough. In heaven, there's always enough patience. In heaven, there's always enough provision. In heaven, there's always enough bread. In heaven, there's always enough. Always enough. Always enough. My God shall supply all of your needs according. What if you got in that loop? What if you ask God to fill your empty places?